What if I told you there's a country older than Rome, with cliff-carved monasteries and highland panoramas, all for a fraction of Western Europe's prices? Armenia is the world's first Christian nation, yet most travelers never discover its secrets. Ready to uncover the Caucasus region's best-kept secret? Let's begin with Day 1 in Yerevan. Day 1, Yerevan's living history, cascades, manuscripts, and the city's beating heart. Dawn breaks over Yerevan as the city's pink tufa buildings catch the first rays of sunlight. Start your day at the Cascade Complex, Armenia's architectural marvel, just steps away if you're based at 14th Floor Hotel, or a quick ride from the Armenia Marriott Hotel Yerevan. This monumental staircase, with 572 steps and 5 terraces, rises above the city like a modern ziggurat. Arrive early, before the haze settles, to catch the clearest outlooks of Ararat, the legendary peak that dominates the skyline. The outdoor sculpture garden features works by Fernando Botero, and the terraces deliver sweeping city vistas that set the tone for your Armenian adventure. Inside, escalators glide you past contemporary art installations, but the real magic is outside, where locals gather for morning walks and artists sketch the city below. Pause at the top terrace. This is the vantage point every photographer dreams of. But the real showstopper comes on Day 4, when you'll stand at the edge of a canyon, gazing at a sight that seems to defy gravity. Stick around for that. A short stroll brings you to the Matenadaran Manuscript Museum, a fortress-like repository housing the world's largest collection of Armenian manuscripts. The building's imposing granite facade hints at the treasures within. Illuminated texts, medical treatises, and maps that chart the course of Armenian history. Outside, the statue Mesrop Mashtuts, inventor of the Armenian alphabet, stands sentinel, offering a panoramic overlook of the city below. By midday, hunger calls. Head to Lavash restaurant, a local favorite where you can watch bread being made in a clay oven. Order tolma, grape leaves stuffed with herbs and rice, and lamb korovats, the national grilled meat skewers. The loaves arrive warm, the aroma fills the air, and the open kitchen lets you witness the artistry behind every dish. After lunch, explore Republic Square, the city's ceremonial heart. Rose-hued buildings from a grand amphitheater, their facades glowing as the sun dips lower. The History Museum of Armenia anchors the north side, while the National Gallery presents a striking collection of Armenian and European art. Just before sunset, the light turns golden, bathing the square in a soft glow. Photographers, this is your moment. Continue along Northern Avenue, a pedestrian promenade lined with upscale cafes and boutiques, connecting Republic Square to the Opera House. Stop for coffee and people watching, then slip into the Blue Mosque, Armenia's only active mosque. Its Persian-style courtyards and tranquil gardens offer a peaceful retreat amid the city's bustle. Remember to dress modestly and respect prayer times. Evening brings a feast for the senses. Dine at Sherep restaurant, where the clay tanir oven sets the stage for dishes like narane soup. Reservations are essential, especially on weekends. Insider tip: many restaurants add an 8 to 10% service charge to your bill, but this doesn't go to the staff. If you see this charge, you can still tip 5 to 10% directly to your server. Afterward, return to Republic Square for the musical fountain show. When the music begins, water jets dance in perfect synchronization, their heights choreographed to everything from classical melodies to contemporary hits. The illuminated streams create liquid sculptures against the night sky, a nightly celebration that captures the soul of modern Yerevan. To end your day, lose yourself in Kond, Yerevan's oldest neighborhood. Narrow lanes wind between crumbling exteriors and hidden courtyards, revealing a side of the city most visitors never see. As dusk settles, the city's tempo eases, and you'll sense the heartbeat of Armenia's capital in every step. Next up, you'll trade grand boulevards for bustling markets and hidden galleries, uncovering the creative soul of Yerevan. And don't miss Day 4's Monastery adventure. What you've seen so far is just the beginning.
Nice.
Day 2, markets, makers, and the art of Armenian living. Early hours bring a different energy to Yerevan. Begin at Gum Market, the city's largest covered bazaar. Vendors arrange pyramids of dried fruits, nuts, and sujukh, grape and walnut candy, while the scent of fresh pomegranate juice fills the air. Prices are a third of what you'll find in supermarkets, and the atmosphere is pure Armenia. Animated, colorful, and full of life. Next, wander to Vernissage Market, the open-air handicraft bazaar near Charles Aznavour Square. Weekends deliver the fullest selection: carpets, jewelry, hand-carved duduks, regional woodwind instruments, and pomegranate-themed souvenirs. Bargaining is expected, so channel your inner negotiator and enjoy the dance of good-natured haggling. Enjoy a break at Lumen Coffee 1936, a spot beloved for its design and neighborhood culture. The interior is a blend of retro and modern, and the coffee, brewed with local beans and Hrazdan water, delivers a jolt of energy for the afternoon ahead. When ordering traditional Armenian coffee, Haikakan Sorch, specify your sweetness level up front: dar, bitter, normal, lightly sweet, or kaktsur, very sweet. You can't add sugar after it's served without creating a muddy mess, as the fine grounds settle at the bottom. Lunch brings you to Gata Tavern, a family-run eatery where you can watch gata, Armenia's sweetbread, being made by hand. The baking demonstration is included, and the result? A warm, flaky pastry filled with nuts and honey. Tastes like history itself. Afternoon light leads you to the Sergei Parajanov Museum, dedicated to the visionary filmmaker whose collages and artifacts fill every room with color and imagination. The garden courtyard is a peaceful oasis, perfect for a quiet moment amid the city's buzz. Next, step into Dalan Art Gallery, housed in a 19th century mansion with courtyards that beg to be photographed. Local artists display contemporary works and handmade crafts, and the architecture itself is a work of art. Visit during the late afternoon for the best lighting. Shadows stretch across the stone, and the city's creative spirit feels tangible. For those seeking a hands-on encounter, book a cooking class at Gastro Studio. You'll learn to prepare harissa, chicken and wheat porridge, and kapama, stuffed pumpkin, guided by chefs who treat every recipe as a family heirloom. Classes last 3 to 4 hours and include a meal. Reserve ahead, especially on the weekends. Evening brings you to the Opera District. Dine at Wine Republic, a terrace restaurant near Cascade, with a wine list featuring Areni varietals and a menu that fuses Armenian and international flavors. On clear nights, the terrace frames Ararat in the distance, a sight that lingers long after the meal ends. For entertainment, check the Opera House schedule for ballet or classical performances. If you prefer a more relaxed vibe, Saryan Street, nicknamed Wine Street, buzzes with bars and late-night venues. El Sky Bar offers rooftop cocktails, Calumet Ethnic Lounge brings a bohemian atmosphere, and Station Pub is the go-to for casual drinks. Get ready to leave the city behind for a day trip into Armenia's highlands. Think Greco-Roman temples, rock-cut wonders, and a UNESCO site that will leave you speechless. Day 3, temples, canyons, and the sacred sound of Armenia. Daybreak reveals a different Armenia as you depart Yerevan for the Garni Temple and Geghard Monastery circuit. Arrange a private taxi, join a guided tour, or hop on a Marshutka minibus for a budget-friendly route. First stop, Garni Temple, the only Greco-Roman colonnade in the former Soviet sphere. Built in the 1st century AD, this honey-colored structure stands above the Azat River Gorge, its columns forming a striking silhouette against the rugged scenery. Arrive early for the best light. Morning sun turns the stone golden, and the air is crisp with possibility. A short walk leads you to the Symphony of Stones, a natural wonder where hexagonal basalt columns rise like organ pipes along the canyon walls. The path is rocky, so sturdy shoes are a must, but the reward is a landscape that feels otherworldly. Lunch is best enjoyed at Garni Ishkananat's restaurant, where they raise their Armenian trout on site. This open-air riverside restaurant specializes in ishkan, Armenia's legendary prince trout, prepared fish on fire style over open flames. Continue to Geghard Monastery, a UNESCO World Heritage Site partially carved into solid rock. The main church, built in the 13th century, is renowned for its acoustics. Step inside and you may hear a spontaneous performance of Armenian spiritual music, the sound reverberating off the rock-cut walls. Interior photography is allowed, no flash, and the atmosphere is nothing short of mystical. Outside, vendors sell handmade lace and kachkar, crossed stone replicas, each piece a testament to Armenia's artistic legacy. Prices range from 2,000 to 8,000 AMD, and gentle bargaining is welcomed. On the return trip, stop at Sheret's Arch, a natural stone arch framing Ararat in the distance. Arrive about an hour before sunset for the most remarkable photo opportunity. On clear days, the peak seems close enough to touch. Back in Yerevan by evening, treat yourself to dinner at Dolmama, a restaurant featured by Anthony Bourdain. The menu highlights regional variations of tolma, each bite a lesson in Armenia's culinary diversity. For a quick, local-style meal, our Tashimot delivers classic dishes at wallet-friendly prices. Tomorrow's journey takes you even deeper into Armenia's elevated terrain, with a cable car ride to a sanctuary perched above a canyon, an encounter that will redefine your sense of wonder. Don't miss the conclusion of this itinerary, where Armenia's most breathtaking secrets are finally revealed. Day 4, Highland Wonders, Tatev, and the Edge of the World. Sunrise finds you heading south, leaving Yerevan behind for this unique region. A land of soaring ridges, deep gorges, and monasteries that seem to float above the clouds. Arrange a private taxi, join a group tour, or take a marshutka for the most budget-friendly option. Booking links for all attractions, transport, and tours are in the video description. First stop, Khor Virap Monastery, where ancient stone walls rise from the plains beneath the watchful gaze of Mount Ararat. This is as close as you'll come to the legendary peak, its snow-capped summit often shrouded in morning mist. Descend into the underground chamber where St. Gregory the Illuminator was once imprisoned, a powerful reminder of Armenia's spiritual roots. Continue to Noravank, a centuries-old monastery nestled in a narrow gorge of red cliffs. Perched on a rocky ledge, its churches are adorned with ornate carvings and kachkars, cross stones. Climb the narrow stone staircase to the upper chapel for a breathtaking view of the canyon below, and listen for the echo of birdsong in the stillness. Lunch is a highlight at Hin Areni Winery, a standout in the heart of Armenia's wine country. Tour the cellars where ancient clay amphora line the walls, and sample robust Areni reds, crafted from the region's indigenous grape, alongside korovats, fresh salads, and warm lavash. The winemakers at Hin Areni share stories of a 6,000-year-old tradition, connecting each glass to centuries of history. This modern winery offers a welcoming tasting room and sweeping views of the Vayuts Dzor landscape, making it the perfect spot to experience the living heritage of Armenian wine. The day's climax is the Wings of Tatev, the world's longest reversible cable car, which glides above the Vuratan Gorge to the Tatev Monastery. The ride itself is an adventure. Glassy windows reveal plunging canyons and rolling uplands, and the ancient complex appears like a mirage on the horizon. Tatev Monastery, built in the 9th century, clings to the edge of a cliff, its stone walls weathered by centuries of wind and prayer. Step inside to find frescoes, candlelit chapels, and a sense of peace that's hard to describe. The scenery here is extraordinary, but the best part is the feeling of standing at the edge of the world, with Armenia's brilliance stretching in every direction. Return to Yerevan as twilight settles over the city. For your farewell dinner, venture to Tavern Yerevan Riverside, a magical riverside restaurant where outdoor pavilions overlook the Hrazdan River. Live Armenian music drifts across the water while you savor traditional dishes beneath the stars. The combination of flowing water, gentle breezes, and melodies creates the perfect backdrop for raising a glass to the landscapes, flavors, and friendships that have defined your Armenian journey. Armenia's living legacy. What will you take home? 4 days in Armenia is more than a trip. It's a journey into the heart of a nation that has survived, thrived, and welcomed travelers for millennia. You've wandered storied streets, tasted recipes older than most countries, and stood in awe before landscapes that defy description. Armenia's true gift isn't just its ancient sites or beautiful panoramas. It's the warmth of its people, the depth of its history, and the sense that you found a place both timeless and alive. Which moment surprised you most? Was it the manuscript treasures of Matenadaran, the market buzz of Gum, the sacred sound at Geghard, or the wind in your hair as you soared to Tatev? Share your stories in the comments below, and check out the video description for booking links, maps, and more insider tips. If you enjoyed this guide, dive into our channel playlists and subscribe for more journeys to the world's most captivating destinations, because Armenia is just the beginning.